Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Welcome to the Rocket Right Show, starring Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar. Two busy blondes with their fingers on the pulse of all things Louisiana. Events, health, leisure, entertainment, and more. It's the Rocket Right Show. And now, here's Betsy and Kay.
Laissez le bon temps, Louisiana. We are going to have some good times in 2021. We just need to leave some of the, not as good times in 2020 behind us because it is a new year and it seems like times they are a-changing. So we have lots of things that we want to share with you this year. One of the things that we've really enjoyed is sweater weather here, and it actually has snowed in part of Louisiana, Mississippi, and across the South.
So crazy, but we didn't get it.
Yeah.
We didn't get it down here in the southern part, but North Louisiana, who would have known they're so north?
They're so northern up there in Shreveport.
They're so north up there.
That's right.
They got snow.
That's right. But, new year, new topics, new guests, and a lot of new things to learn and enjoy. And, Mardi Gras is not going to look like Mardi Gras.
And it's so early this year.
It's very early. It's very early.
We're barely getting through Valentine's Day.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. So we're excited to come to you every week from the Partners One studio in the beautiful capital city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, sharing the people, places, things, and their story behind the story from people all over the state. So we just thought, since this is the first time that we've been back in the studio together, we would just sort of share some of our thoughts, impressions, some good things coming up, some good guests that we have planned.
Absolutely. And, I missed hanging with y'all last week, but
we missed
you had a great girl show.
We did have a great girl show.
Yeah.
We did.
A lot of folks that are moving and shaking.
That's right. Amy Supp with Partners One. We always appreciate her. She loves to connect people together.
Yeah. I watched and are going to try to get more organized. You had your
Alyssa Trosclair.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. She really is pretty inspiring. I really think I just want to clean out every single closet and drawer and everything. And she's a Partners One member, but she is really just an inspiration. So I would encourage people.
That's a lot of people's New Year's resolutions is to get organized. That's frequently on people's resolutions list. So it was a great segment, to watch. And y'all talked about your resolutions and things that people were doing. And I think looking back on last year when people saw, it was so hard on everyone. Yeah. Physically, emotionally, their businesses. Financially. And
we talked with Tiffany Norrington also about getting your finances in order.
And I think that, that's a topic that we're going to be sticking with for a little while here as 2021 starts out on a healthier you for 2021, whether it's personally, professionally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and all of those can go for you, your personal self, or your business.
That's right.
And talk with a lot of experts in the coming weeks and months to help everybody get their 2021 off to a better start.
And I think a better start by being inspired. So
we learned a lot.
Yes.
From 2020. I think a lot of times you either realize something you didn't have in place, something you needed to do, something that you should be doing on a regular basis to keep yourself healthier, to make you less likely to develop disease. And I think there's a lot of things that people went, oh, wow, I really need to do this. Yeah. And so this is the time to reflect on that and put all of those parts in motion for 2021.
And I think we just need to kind of boost each other up. And, I don't know if many of you remember the Debbie Reynolds movie way back called The Unsinkable Molly Brown. And she had a song in there, and it was, I ain't down till I say I'm down, and I ain't down yet. Well, I say that for our city, I say that for our state, and I say that for our nation. Notice, so red, white, and blue, we are very proud to be Americans. And our country's going through a lot of changes and a lot of difficulty in relationships and the way we speak to each other and listen to each other and things like that. And so I just think it's important for us to stay inspired. And I really think that our guests today are inspiring people. And so I'm very excited that later in the show, we'll have Brandon Foreman, who has 3 different publications, including Baton Rouge Parent magazine, 30 years. He's done some amazing things, but he's shifted his business in some different ways. So we want you to hang with us to meet Brandon if you haven't. But he is a mover and a shaker. And then we're really excited. Last week, we introduced you to Alyssa Carson, who is NASA's youngest blueberry. She is Mars Gen. She, in her generation of astronauts, will be going to Mars. And she was just incredible. And so we're going to introduce you to Chaislyn Jane King.
Absolutely.
And she is very inspiring, and she is a young Louisiana musician. She's a singer-songwriter. She's beautiful, and her music is very heartfelt, and just she represents us so well.
And it's time to go back to college. We're going to hear what her first semester in college was like, and she's heading back. We got her on the show.
She's so
just
young.
in time before she starts that next semester. So that's going to be coming up in the show.
And then talk about people that inspire. Mary Bird Perkins,
so
Our Lady of the Lake.
excited to celebrate 50 years of taking care of folks in the Baton Rouge and surrounding area, and really places that people who come to Baton Rouge for their care, and really looking forward to talking about that and see what they're going to do over the next 50 years. So
saving
it's
lives,
great.
Changing lives, improving lives, and cancer research. A lot of people don't realize that really Mary Bird Perkins is a premier cancer research and treatment facility in the country. Their doctors and their researchers and everyone that's involved has been recruited from all over the country. So you're going to get the best care right here in Louisiana.
Excited
and so
to be
we're excited.
We're
excited. We're going to share all about the 50th anniversary with you. And
and Betsy, one of the things, when you were saying, just make things better and stuff. A lot of the things when I looked at what could help make people a healthier you, a lot of those things are just things from within.
That's right.
And a lot of those things include building a strong social network. And so
we're networkaholics.
One of the things that we
like
doing is introducing folks to folks that may inspire or change their lives that maybe they don't know about. And I think that's a great thing.
We're going to be hosting a few things.
Meaningful each day.
Yes.
Think good thoughts for others. And I know you do that all the time.
I do. I don't know how people who make it, I don't know how people who do not pray make it, because that's my source of strength. I can always turn to that quiet time with God, and that's what works for me. Some people do meditation. Some people have different things that they do. Whatever you do, you've got to be able to have peace with the silence. You've got to be able to do that.
And keep your company with good people. Okay,
well,
so
I'm
going to keep you around for a little bit. Okay, I'm going to keep you around for a little
6
bit.
years and going strong.
That's right, for sure. And one of the things are avoid news overload. I think we've had a little bit of news overload.
Yes, we've had a little news overload. You only need to really watch one channel because it's just the repeat on all the different channels.
We have heard enough about COVID. We have had enough
I really
of a lot of things. We're going to look for all the positive things that are going to come.
I don't want to hear the word unprecedented again.
Right.
There are some words related to COVID that I'm okay if we just don't use
new normal.
New normal. There is no such thing.
Yeah.
You can only count on change. Change is the only thing that you can really count on.
That's right.
And I'll be happy when we don't get the daily death count that there won't be one, and that, there won't be a daily new case count and all that. We really need to hope and pray that this is resolved this year and we can get back to some sense of balance. We'll say that instead of new normal.
Yeah, I like that.
Balance.
Yeah.
Fair and balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fun.
And fun. Oh my gosh,
Please
what did we do when we used to have fun? We used to have fun and we would go listen to live music. I really miss that.
Thank goodness that's coming to us tonight. So,
that's right.
So we're going to have that up.
Isn't that a shame we have to go to such lengths to have a television and radio show so we can just get a little live music and not break any laws?
That's
and
right.
And then sit 6 feet or more apart. So we're going to great lengths to entertain ourselves. We know you are too.
And our listeners as well, because
that's right.
Everybody's had to go virtual, so they're okay, watching this, and then when we can go about and
we're going to blow the doors
room.
off. I just want you to know it's not going to be anything quiet, but we have a few things in the works in 2021.
Yes,
we can't tell you too much because they're in the works, but we're going to be doing some networking events. We're going to be doing some live events.
Yes, when we can
with other women.
Come back out live.
Business owners. We're going to have a little music, a little more music, and then a little more music. So you need to stay tuned.
Expanding the show, but make sure stay put. We got that live music up next with Chaislyn. And then lots more on the show to go. So we want you to hang with us for the entire hour here on Rocket Right. And if you want to be the first to know what we got coming up in the future, make sure that you check out our website at rocketright.com and follow us on our Facebook page at Rocket Right Entertainment, because we're going to have some entertaining stuff for everyone.
And YouTube too. Rocket Right Entertainment on YouTube. And we'll be right back.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore everything Louisiana has to offer. Fill her up and try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways and rediscover the character and characters that make our state a lot like nowhere else. Louisiana is a trip. Take one today and enjoy a close by, far from ordinary adventure that's sure to feed your soul.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
Slimshot is the most in-demand injection in medical weight loss, and we are pleased to offer it at Cosmetic Aesthetic. This safe and effective injection helps boost your metabolism, supports increased energy, burns body fat, and reduces appetite. These shots can be taken safely once a week or as needed when your weight loss is at a standstill. Slimshot combined with touchless lipo treatments produce a powerful 1-2 punch for targeting that stubborn body fat.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ron McMorris of Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, conveniently located off the I-12 corridor in Walker and Albany. If you suffer from sciatica, migraines, or other pain conditions, give us a call to see if we have a technique that best fits you. We have multiple techniques, including chiropractic adjustments, massage therapy, dry needling, rehab, and much more. Again, I'm Dr. Ron McMorris with Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, Walker, and Albany.
Hi, I'm Tony Acor with Southern Heirs Auction, Dental Springs, Louisiana. We've been professional estate liquidators for over 30 years. Please take time to join us for our weekly online sales on Facebook. If you need help, hit us up. We are often imitated but never duplicated. www.southernheirs.com or Facebook at Southern Heirs Auction. 500, but a good 4, but a good 300, a good 200, a good 2. I got 100 and a half, 170.
Where else can you take the trail less traveled at a pace all your own? Where else? Escape to one of Louisiana's 21 state parks for a picture-perfect getaway.
Where else can you be a world away and this close to home?
Back with the Rocket Right Show. I'm Dr. Kay Solar in the house with Hurricane Betsy Barnes. And as we promised you, some live music, we have with us Chaislyn.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Thank you for joining us, Chaislyn.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we caught you just in time before heading back to college. And so Chaislyn's going to tell us a little bit about that experience because she just finished her first semester of college. Tell us where you're going.
I'm going to the University of Southern Mississippi.
Okay, and that's in Hattiesburg.
It is.
And how was that as a freshman starting in a new place, in a new city, to college?
Virtually,
with all the COVID guidelines going on. How was that?
It's very different. I don't know what anyone's full face looks like because there are always masks on them. But honestly, I kind of feel blessed that I'm going into it as a freshman because I don't know any different at the moment. You know, this is what college is to me. I've never known college to be anything different.
That's a good attitude to have.
That's a good attitude because, you know, if you were a junior and you were used to having all of those events and sorority and fraternity get-togethers and things, and there was like nothing.
Exactly. I know it's a big adjustment for all of them, and they're doing such a great job of coping with that. You know, it's been rough for everyone, but I love it.
And you did pledge a sorority.
I did.
So
Chi Omega.
Yeah, and so I know in chatting with you that sounded really crazy because you think about people going to the houses, they meet everybody, and it's this process, and that was all via Zoom.
Exactly.
I can't even imagine.
Yes, long days. I believe on the first few days of Rush, we completely crashed the system, and all
there were so many people on the computer.
I think we had over 300 girls Rush, and so all of us in the dorms on Zoom, the internet just crashed one day. It was wild.
It'd be hard with everybody trying to talk.
Yes.
Everybody's trying to get on. Everybody's trying to talk, get their turn. I guess they made appointments.
They
for
probably
interviews.
muted you if somebody talked too much. They're like, okay, enough for you.
It was interesting. The thing on Zoom is now they have breakout rooms, so they can put you in smaller groups. But it still is odd. You don't feel as welcome to just speak up because you might cut somebody off on the internet. It's just so confusing.
Well, you're headed back for your second semester here in a few days. And is there any changes that they have told y'all, or pretty much status quo unless, like the rest of us, just waiting to see if there's going to be new guideline changes? Y'all still hanging the same as last semester?
Yes, ma'am. We're all kind of in a limbo of waiting to hear if there's been anything. No one's reached out or said things are more open or anything like that. But it'll be a readjustment. And the one thing about college that I didn't fully understand is you change classes every semester, not every year.
Oh,
so
God.
I have a complete new thing of classes to do online, so it's going to be crazy, but
So
I'm ready.
where did you graduate high school?
I did high school online, actually, which I feel like definitely prepared me for this whole experience, and I'm very grateful for that advantage.
Yes.
But I did University View. It's a Louisiana charter school online.
I am familiar with it. A friend of mine is a teacher.
Really? I loved it. It was so great and just really allowed me to focus on music, and I could travel if I needed to. There was no, unexcused absences. I just brought my laptop and it worked.
So when did you start your musical interest and journey? Because you've been singing and songwriting for a while.
Yes, ma'am. My mom put me in theater when I was 6. And so I fell in love with all aspects of it, but really the music part is what stood out to me. And we started voice lessons. And I thought I was Broadway bound for most of my childhood. But when I was 16, I was contacted by an American Idol producer. And that kind of really flipped my whole career path. And I came home in 2018 and wrote my very first song when I was 16. And since then, I've written just over 50 songs.
Wow.
And I now want to be a songwriter and I want to have a publishing deal, and that's really such a different direction from what I knew as a kid. And so
if you're watching and you're part of a publishing company,
well, I mean, and Chaislyn has played the 3rd Street Songwriters Festival,
yes.
and
beautifully,
and
I got to see
several
her
other
play.
of the festivals that are around our state.
we have a
now.
great music community here.
We really do. Everybody's very supportive, and that's great. And you've made some trips back and forth to Nashville too.
I have.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Nashville. I love it. I hope to end up there, especially once COVID dies down and things get back to some sort of normal.
Right,
when you
because
went to
they're all
Nashville-
like, nobody's even working at their offices in Nashville, and most of the rights are Zoom rights. Still, and so it's very hard if you were just moving up there to like be in that situation. It's hard enough when you've been there, but you've been doing some shows virtually.
Yes.
And you told me that you're doing a lot on Twitch.
I am.
And since Betsy
Twitch
and
being
are
a
old.
app.
Okay, I'm gonna speak for
I thought
myself,
Twitch,
but
when you said she does Twitch, I thought you meant like she had a twitch in her eye. I had no idea that was an app till we just
okay,
were
Betsy,
sitting
you're not
here.
supposed to say that. So.
No, I'm serious. I really didn't know.
I said,
Today I didn't read the latest app of the day.
She's been twitching lately.
I know that, and I really thought you meant like twitching, like she has a
so
Twitch.
tell us about Twitch. How is it different as far as your live streaming from Facebook and Instagram and those things that people started out at the beginning of COVID on those platforms?
It is a whole different world. I started out in the beginning of quarantine doing some Facebook Live shows.
Right.
My mom and I kind of put together this little show called Chaislyn 19.
It was great.
And
I loved it. I
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I think around May, June, we looked into Twitch, and I got on. It's a streaming platform, which was originally a lot of gamers, and the music community has started booming lately. And
I'm going to have to hook this app up.
it took a long time to kind of understand the world that it is, but the community is something that I didn't expect to find as welcoming and as warm as it was, but it's full of just incredibly talented people who genuinely want to support each other, and build one another up. And it's also full of just music lovers who just love to sit and listen and interact. It's very interactive, which has been really fun too. Kind of gives you that sense of having an audience. There's something about playing to people in a room, and this is the closest thing we can get to right now.
Well, let's talk about playing to people because we don't want to run out of time chatting. What are you going to play for us?
I'm going to play a song called Dreams I Forgot About. I released this right in the beginning of quarantine because I just felt like the message was something that had really calmed my heart whenever we went through everything in the beginning, and I wanted other people to hear it. And it's just about not fretting over the things that you can't control, and not wasting your time, filling up your mind with all of that stress.
That's a very good thing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're ready whenever you are.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoy. I could cry and try to make you stay. I beg you on my knees, don't walk away. But if I have to force you to stay with me, it's probably better that you just sleep. I look into your eyes, they're the color of the sky, and I kiss it all goodbye. Don't stop to wonder why it's over. No, I don't need closure. 'Cause at the end of the day, this is what I know. Troubles in life shouldn't bother us, so if we focus on the past, we'll walk right past an open door. And at the end of the day, I'm not gonna pout or dwell on all the dreams I forgot about. If we focus on what we missed, we'll miss even more. And oh, and I could wish to kiss your lips once more, or go back to the way it was before. But I finally learned that I don't have time to be in love with a boy that doesn't wanna be mine. I know the time will pass, it'll all go by so fast. We were meant to last, I am now and we were past. It's ended, and I've mended. At the end of the day, this is what I know. Troubles in life shouldn't bother us so. If we focus on the past, we'll walk right past an open door. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna pout or dwell on all the dreams I forgot about. If we focus on what we missed, we'll miss even more. And oh, I know what people say, it ain't the end of the world, baby. And I know the saying's cliche, but it's something you need to learn. 'Cause at the end of the day, this is what I know. Troubles in life shouldn't bother us so. If we focus on the past, we'll walk right past an open door. 'Cause at the end of the day, I'm not gonna pout or dwell on all the dreams I forgot about. If we focus on what we missed, we'll miss even more. No.
Wow, I love that. I love that. That was fabulous.
Absolutely.
That was. Could you just fall in love with her voice? I mean, just that is very inspiring.
I appreciate
and very
it.
heartfelt. Very just wonderful lyrics and beautifully performed.
Thank you.
So we only have 30 seconds left. Tell us, what's next for Chaislyn real quick, and where do people find you to follow?
Yes. I have a new single coming out next month in February called Shades of Pink, so I'm very, very excited. That's all coming together right now. And if anyone wants to find me, my website is chaislynjane.com, and you can find all my social media links there.
That's awesome. And we'll share that link on our social media too.
Thank you.
So I'm really glad that you could come. Thank you so much. What a great
And
thought.
whenever you can come back and debut that next one, well, it won't be a debut because it's going to be out because you're going to be in school. We'll all wear pink in honor of it, right?
We will. Come back and be on our show again. We'd love to have you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So, Chaislyn. And up next, Mary Bird Perkins celebrating 50 years.
That's right, 50 wonderful years. So hang with us. We'll be right back with Rock It Right.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Rocket Right Radio with Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar is grateful for the sponsoring businesses who make our show possible. Partners 1, Better Barter for Baton Rouge. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts. Advantage Health Solutions and Dr. Boyd Michael Helm. Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. Hightower Dental Concepts and Dr. Leah Larson. Citigroup Hospitality. Laura Sue Events and Marketing. Southern Airs Auctions and Tony Acord. Louisiana Women in Business Magazine, LouisianaTravel.com, LouisianaIsATrip.com, take one, and Dr. Danielle Causey with Causey Aesthetic Medicine. Thank you for making our show possible.
I was diagnosed October 19th. I immediately started with a multitude of scans, and then I was having an 8-hour surgery. My biggest concern was my family and being able to see me come home every day and know everything is going to be okay. I felt comfortable that I was being treated by some of the best. There were some scary points along the way, but it's just kind of like been a little blip in the road.
Money, wellness, fun. Rocket Right Radio takes you all across Louisiana and the nation with guests who live life to the fullest.
I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
I'm Dr. K. Solar.
You're gonna love it.
Join us every week when we cover
Everything under the sun.
Live and learn with the Wright sisters.
Politics,
health,
music and entertainment.
local lagniappe.
Rocket Right Radio. You're gonna love it.
Hi, I'm Tony Acorb with Southern Heirs Auction, Dental Springs, Louisiana. We've been professional estate liquidators for over 30 years. Please take time to join us for our weekly online sales on Facebook. If you need help, hit us up. We are often imitated but never duplicated. www.southernheirs.com or Facebook at Southern Heirs Auction. 500, but a good 4, but a good 300, a good 200, a good 2. I got 100 and a half, 170.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore everything Louisiana has to offer. Fill her up and try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways and rediscover the character and characters that make our state a lot like nowhere else. Louisiana is a trip. Take one today and enjoy a close by, far from ordinary adventure that's sure to feed your soul.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
And you're back with the Rocket Right Show, and I'm Dr. K. Solar in the house with Hurricane Betsy Barnes. And our medical segment is brought to you each week by Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. And we're so excited that they are celebrating 50 years. 50 years. And we have with us today Jodi Conachen, who is the Vice President of Marketing Communications with Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. We're very excited to be on.
Yeah, I know a lot of folks, we've had docs on for guests, and folks who listen regularly know about Mary Bird, but if somebody's listening, just tell them in general, just a little snippet about what a powerhouse.
Right. That's a great way to call it.
What a powerhouse.
A powerhouse.
It is.
Right.
And I think we have this jewel in Baton Rouge that not everybody knows about,
Right.
because we serve Southeast Louisiana, we serve Southwest Mississippi, and we built ourselves out of this community-based program to include these wonderful partners. As you mentioned, Our Lady of the Lake Hospital. So here in Baton Rouge, Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center, just serves this huge population and does amazing work. And then since then, we've added in Women's Hospital. And so we have just fabulous partners, not only here, but across the area. So it's been a great, great 50 years, and we've grown to 9 locations now.
Yeah, I know, that's amazing. So since opening, how has Mary Bird paved the way forward for cancer care in the community? People, when they are diagnosed with cancer, they think, oh, I'm probably going to have to go off somewhere, and then they're going to be away from their loved ones and stuff. Sometimes they don't realize, like you said, it's a jewel. It's right here, and they can get all their care, the latest technologies, and still be close and have that family to
Absolutely.
take care of them and support.
And when we were founded by a group of community members, philanthropists, who wanted to make sure that in our community you could have excellent care without leaving the area. And that was the foundation 50 years ago of what we opened to. And since then, with our partners in place, we've become this comprehensive institute where you're seeing, clinical trials, the latest technology, multidisciplinary teams. I mean, there's just this plethora of combined efforts by scientists, physicists, oncologists, surgeons who come together to surround our patients with just amazing care.
Well, so in the 1970s, when it began, there wasn't the same diagnostic technology, and also it's very expensive, even then, for your family to travel with you somewhere to be able to have the accommodations and meals and everything else, and it's just the most stressful time.
And I think what we've seen too is when you look at the research, being able to have your support system close to you goes beyond, as far as helping in that recovery process. So keeping people here in their community, knowing that they're getting excellent care that's comparable to anywhere in the nation. We're doing programs here. We have a program with the LSU Medical Physics where we train the next generation of physicists here in Baton Rouge.
We've actually had one or two on the show.
And they're amazing people who are doing revolutionizing
like
our
the
care.
Icon gamma radiation knife.
Absolutely.
Am I saying that correctly?
Gamma knife, Icon.
Okay.
Yes, you had
got
all
my words
the
mixed up.
But
it was phenomenal, and we've even had some of the patients that have been treated successfully who have come on the show and talked about their experience and how much all of the different areas of care that they received meant to them.
Yes.
Some very tearfully.
Yes.
Very gratefully and very tearfully because they felt like they made it through.
And it really is about providing precision therapy so that we preserve healthy tissue, which is what the Gamma Knife Icon does for people who have tumors in the brain. Things that we used to think were inoperable. Now we can treat them and people have a solution. And it's one of the only machines in the region, and it's right here in Baton Rouge to take care of our community.
Yeah. So we're looking to the future. We've had 50 great years, and look into the future. How does Mary Bird plan to approach innovative treatments? Because, they have been on the cutting edge of everything. And like you said, clinical trials offering the latest. Is there anything that,
always
we should know about?
Is there anything nobody's been
anything that we
told
don't know
yet
that we should know about?
I mean, there's so much on the cutting edge. And, I think I have to step back and say, in 50 years, I hope I don't have a job, right? I hope that we've cured cancer and
Wouldn't
it's
that be
irrelevant.
wonderful?
Wouldn't that
Gosh,
would be amazing?
We hate cancer.
But I think right now what we're seeing is the innovation in artificial intelligence, using big data, precision therapy, real-time innovations in therapy treatments. So we're updating the therapy and optimizing as we're shrinking those tumors down. So there's amazing things on the horizon. We have some great partners who are coming together with us to help make these things a reality. So it continues to evolve. It's a fast-changing environment. And fortunately, we have Mary Bird and some amazing scientists and oncologists who are on the cutting edge of making it better.
Well, and the technology, the care is fantastic, but there's so much more that is involved in patient care. As far as some of the services that the community has provided. Can you speak to that a little bit? Yeah.
We started by talking a little bit about how this community came together to fund and develop Mary Bird Perkins. We are in so many ways funded by philanthropy and community support. And one area that we get a lot of support from is our outreach services. And we provide screening services in and around the community. It was founded with the idea of going into communities of colors and underserved communities and making sure that these individuals had access to high quality screening services. So that way we're finding cancer when it's most treatable at those early stages. And we've seen hundreds of thousands of people throughout the duration of this program and found cancers when they're early in the process. So it's an amazing program which we then have translated into the workplace.
Yes.
Obviously that's a little different right now with COVID and we're not going in, but we are still kind of reaching out to our network network of workplaces, because when we start to come back together and into those workplaces, one of the things we provide is going in and screening employees in their own space, where we set up in a facility, in a conference room, or if it's a large space, bringing in our mobile coach to take care of people. And it's been amazing, because these are people who have insurance and who could technically go to their local provider and get a screening, and they're not.
Well, part
It's
of it
amazing.
is they don't want to take the time to go.
Right.
Their business sees it as a benefit of keeping their employees healthy. And when they don't think that they have to make the time, the effort to like go, and it's right there,
right,
then they're more apt to do it.
It's
They can't
absolutely
use the excuse, I have to work.
Right.
You know?
right. The boss is sending you down the hall.
That's
like,
right.
and
Yeah.
we screen for 5 different cancers, some of the most treatable if we can find them early. So it's a great program, not only for the free services offered in the community, but when we team with our different employer groups to make sure that we're taking care of everyone in their own space where they're comfortable.
And
Yeah, that's
generationally,
great.
it's important, because sometimes if someone has cancer, it could also have markers in their family. So it's important to know and diagnose to help their family.
Absolutely. And we've seen within the workplace, again, they have insurance where more than half of them have never been screened before. And they, have all the indications related to age on just routine screenings they should be getting, and they're just not getting them. To your point, they're like, oh, I don't have time, I have other things. It's probably not going to happen to me, but better safe than sorry.
It just gets put on the to-do list for another day and gets kind of moved on down the road.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
A couple of the things that we've really enjoyed and guests on the show were about Rock the Spots, about some of the doctors coming together to be a band and entertaining and having an event to raise money and awareness, but also doing studies on how cancer and COVID are intertwined. And there's been a few people, and one I know right now, that had COVID, and that led to the discovery of her breast cancer. And so, it's just odd how just Mary Bird is everywhere, and they're just offering every opportunity for people to get healthy.
And we're taking all the necessary precautions with the pandemic, masking, cleaning, scheduling appointments, everything we can do to make people comfortable and be as safe as possible, but also understanding that, cancer is a very serious disease, and we want to make sure that we find it when it's most curable.
Absolutely, because we know a lot of people, because they were afraid to get out, and
Everybody's touched by
at
cancer.
the beginning of the year, there was a lot of people who were not going in to see their physician for their regular screening, and we talked about that some of those cancer rates may go up, not necessarily because there was an increase incidence, but because they weren't diagnosed at the time that they would have because of people going in for their regular screening.
Just
So-
delaying those screenings a little too
Absolutely.
long when it makes it a little bit more difficult to treat. Our outreach team, I commend them for being able to pivot very quickly and get where people could book appointments and putting the cleaning protocols in place. So all those things help. And also our partner Women's Hospital over at the Breast and GYN Pavilion, they've been very instrumental in going out and doing mammography at the same time, doing the same protocols again, trying to make sure that we're still screening our population and giving them great care.
Yeah. So Mary Bird has grown incredibly during these 50 years. So are there plans, or what are I'm sure they're going to continue to grow over the next 50?
We're in 9 locations, and that's with partners like Our Lady of the Lake, as well as Women's, as well as in other areas of the area and the country and the region. And to your point, we're nationally recognized and regionally recognized, and some of the programs and clinical research we've done have actually made their way around the world. So I think we're going to continue anywhere we can be that impacts the health of a community, anywhere we can be that improves survivorship and lessens the burden of cancer. That's where Mary Bird's going to be in the future. And I have to always go back to, it comes from this amazing community support we give, where our donors get involved and they hear the stories of screenings, and they hear the stories of innovation in clinical trials, and they get really excited about being part of that cutting edge technology and making sure that innovation stays at the forefront of what Mary Bird Perkins and Our Lady of the Lake is doing.
Well, we don't have much time left, so tell people if they want to learn more, where do they go?
They can go to marybirdlake.org and learn more. We are going to be celebrating our our 50 years for the entire year. So there's lots of great content. We're telling the stories of our donors and our patients and our doctors, and lots more to come.
And
we
we'll
wanna
have
see-
you back.
Yes.
So we've been talking
Yes.
with Jodi Conachen with Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Come on back,
Forward
share the
to
news.
celebrating for a whole year.
That's right, and we want to join that celebration.
Right, absolutely.
And up next, Bets.
We are going to have Brandon Foreman with Baton Rouge Parent magazine, but it's not just one magazine. It's actually a much larger, broader number of different things that are done in and for families, and we just look forward to sharing that with you.
Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ron McMorris of Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, conveniently located off the I-12 corridor in Walker and Albany. If you suffer from sciatica, migraines, or other pain conditions, give us a call to see if we have a technique that best fits you. We have multiple techniques, including chiropractic adjustments, massage therapy, dry needling, rehab, and much more. Again, I'm Dr. Ron McMorris with Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, Walker, and Albany.
Some call it joie de vivre, the joy of life. In Louisiana, it's our way of life. From music that shakes up your senses to food that wakes up your palate. That joy vibrates in every note we play and spices up every meal we serve. So come live life to the fullest. Come one, come y'all, come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm Sean Ardway, inviting you to plan your trip at louisianatravel.com.
Slimshot is the most in-demand injection in medical weight loss, and we are pleased to offer it at Causey Metastatic. This safe and effective injection helps boost your metabolism, supports increased energy, burns body fat, and reduces appetite. These shots can be taken safely once a week or as needed when your weight loss is at a standstill. Slimshot combined with touchless lipo treatments produce a powerful 1-2 punch for targeting that stubborn body fat.
Rocket Right Radio with Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar is grateful for the sponsoring businesses who make our show possible. Partners 1, Better Barter for Baton Rouge. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts. Advantage Health Solutions and Dr. Boyd Michael Helm. Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. Hightower Dental Concepts and Dr. Leah Larson. Citigroup Hospitality. Laura Sue Events and Marketing. Southern Airs Auctions and Tony Acord. Louisiana Women in Business Magazine. LouisianaTravel.com. LouisianaIsATrip.com. Take one. And Dr. Danielle Causey with Causey Aesthetic Medicine. Thank you for making our show possible.
Where else can you take the trail less traveled at a pace all your own? Where else? Escape to one of Louisiana's 21 state parks for a picture-perfect getaway.
Where else can you be a world away and this close to home?
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts, in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
I had a meeting with Dr. Barfield, and it kind of just hit me. It probably is cancer. After the surgery, I wasn't scared anymore. I was looking forward to getting started with chemo. Not one time did I get a nurse in a bad mood. I was here for 5 hours at a time, and I did not dread coming. To get people from around the country to come to Baton Rouge, that says a lot right there. That this place is cutting edge.
everyone. Welcome back to Rocket Right. We are so glad that you're here. I am Betsy Barnes here with Dr. K. Solar and a wonderful guest we want you to meet. If you don't know him already, you need to know Brandon Foreman. He's the associate publisher of Baton Rouge Parent magazine, 30 years. But Brandon is really like many businesses and many Partners One members, because you're in the Partners One studio. He has really taken his business to a little bit different level. So we wanted him to share that with you because he's got some innovative ideas that we think might help inspire you, and it could be something you might want to partner with Brandon on. So you had the 3 publications.
We have 3 publications. We have Parents Magazine, we have Inspire Health Louisiana, and we also have Pink and Blue, which is for new and expecting mothers. So we've done those for this June, July will be 31 years. So we've been busy doing it for a little bit, sharing the news. It changes seems like every 6 months. You know, is it baby face down or face up? Which way does it go every time you turn around?
You're a tree
That's for sure. You can't keep up. So we try to do what we can to be a resource and help people.
Yeah. So you have a tech background, and so one of the things that I found fascinating is that you are actually doing kind of a virtual tour of schools to help new students that are coming into schools.
We did. My background, I've done a lot in tech and also been involved obviously with the magazines, but we started looking at how can these schools, show what their campus, what they've invested in, and how parents can see, and how often do you really get dad to show up on campus, right? Or, can they look at it? So we went and found a bunch of technology and found ways, and we've got, most of the schools in the area where you can actually go walk through the campus as if you're there. You can look up, you can look down. It's not just a picture where you kind of spin your head around like you're on a stick, but you're immersed inside the space, and they've got things that they show you and point out, and videos that are part of it. And
That's very cool.
It's been amazing to see just the amount of traffic and people that we see when we look at it, how many people are just kind of looking around the schools.
And so you also have the Whatswhatbr podcast, which we have been blessed to be guest of.
We do. We started that up. That was originally I started it and was just going to kind of kick it off and get it going to somebody else. Nobody else will step up.
So how did you come up with the name? What's what?
It was like a Facebook group that we originally started, and I started calling, and we started this in March, kind of when the shutdown happened.
Okay, so take note, businesses. This is how a little bit of here and a little bit of there. I mean, you made a kind of a gumbo of all these different things that you know how to do to launch different areas of business to be able to capitalize on what you already knew. So I think it's fascinating.
Yeah, it was just finding a need. And to answer the question how it started, we would call people, or I'd get on the phone and be like, what are you doing? What's next? What's going to happen? What's happening? And it was just, we kept asking
March,
what.
Nobody knew.
Nobody knew what was going on. Everything was changing. So we said, what's what, BR? And we just kind of said, this probably won't last that long. And I think we're now almost to 100 episodes. And we've had people all across the state could jump on.
And you have people internationally listening, nationally listening, people that are just looking for podcasts that like it, that maybe somehow have been attracted to either things about parents, people that are leaders in the community, people that like to talk to other people, just a variety of people that are doing a variety of things and kind of bringing that to them. And you were really very hospitable to us. You made it very easy for us to talk to you, and I think that people want that kind of content.
That's what I've tried to do with the show is just what we're kind of doing here. It's just talking. I think that's genuinely what people want. They don't want anything spun. They just want to hear what's the story, what's happening. And we try to step through the show and we'll say, what do you want people to know, and then what can we do to help? And it starts conversation.
So as a Partners One member, you've also partnered with the Storefront Project BR through the Front Porch Project.
Yes.
And then shared that on the Baton Rouge Parent magazine website so people can see the young families that also own a business, the women entrepreneurs and some of the things that they're doing. What are the local? And it's all about connecting in locally to support each other and to keep everybody's chin up and head above water, so to speak, as we try to make it through this odd time in history.
Yeah, one of the things we did in March, we have a texting platform that we put together with some of the background that I had, and it's the text pizza to such and such number, and so we went and gave that out to the community and said, hey, this is what you can do when you to keep your head up. How do you grow your business? What do you do right now? Find your audience. Get people, when you make those posts on Facebook or you put, social media, different places out there.
Sounds like something we need to do to remind people when the show's on.
And you can push messages right back out. Here's the show. This is when it's starting. We're going, it goes on live now, or it might be just different information. You have to go where your audience is. We can't just keep doing the same thing. Otherwise, we're not all on MySpace anymore. Right? We migrated, and
there's a lot of people who aren't on Facebook anymore. There's a lot of people who aren't on the same old platform anymore. They're finding new ways to communicate, and this is another way to communicate.
You've got to move where they are. I can remember having meetings with people saying, look, you ought to really look at this Facebook thing. There's something to it, and they'd be like, no, we're good. And it's.
Whenever you say no, we're good, that usually means I don't understand it. I'm afraid to try it, and I don't know enough to make a decision.
It means that you're twitching, right?
That's right. Your eyes like the Twitch app. Had you heard the Twitch app? You probably did because you're techie.
I try to stay. I know the social, but I can't do it. I'm not the guy. I can't take a picture of my food and put it out there. I don't think anybody cares what I'm really actually up to.
We think people do care what we're up to.
I do love taking pictures of my food. My husband will say, please let me eat it and just don't take a picture of my food.
It kills me. I remember a couple years ago, we were leaving, my wife and I were going on a trip, and we were on a cruise, and we're going, backing out of New Orleans, going down the river, and I'm starting to get texts from people. Have fun on your trip. What's going on? I'm like, I didn't tell anybody I was going on a trip. What? And she's like, I just looked at her, and she's like, oh, yeah, I posted that picture of us as we were leaving. I'm going, I don't need
We can't even sneak out of town.
Exactly.
Well, we want to have you come back. We want to talk about some of the ways that people can connect with some of the newer technology right here in Baton Rouge with a locally owned and operated business that's been vetted through the Partners One network. How long have you been a member?
Probably maybe a year, something like that. Not too many people. We do a lot of business, with partners, and we think the organization's great. I actually met with them, today. I had 2 meetings with them. So we worked with it, and I think they've got a lot of good things going on, and the more we can, help with, the more we would love to.
That's right. Yeah. So if you're just tuning in, you have been listening to Dr. K. Solar and me, Betsy Barnes, with Brandon Foreman. He's the associate publisher of Baton Rouge Parent Magazine. How can people find you?
Easiest way is brparents.com, or they can give us a call us at the office. You can find the number there. I'm happy to jump on a phone call with anybody. If I could say anything, it's work. It's what we all signed up for. It's going to take a little bit of work to get some stuff done, but we're here to help you, navigate the ways and tell you, you can try this, you can look at this, but we just want to talk to you and, help you out, see what you can do.
That's right. Network. We're all networkaholics, and we're really thankful that you could come. We really look forward to learning and applying some new things, and so we appreciate all of our sponsors. We appreciate you for being here with us, and just remember, if you're going to rock it, make sure you rock it right. Woo! We'll see you next week.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.